Alright, we're doing a hired request for ShawnCheek.com today. Remember, ShawnCheek.com is a site dedicated to teaching you how to read music, regular music notation, okay? WebPianoTeacher.com, my other site, is a site that teaches you how to play by ear using the whiteboard. Okay, so those are two different sites. So this is for ShawnCheek.com. Actually, I have my first hired request for this new site I have, ShawnCheek.com. But this is a Bach Busoni piece. And I always remember this from when I was a kid, listening to a VHS tape of Vladimir Horowitz playing this piece. And he was already in his 80s. He was pretty old, and but he could still play anything. And I just remember this piece from that video. Anyway, let's do the free part one here, and I'll do the rest of the lessons for it, of course, on ShawnCheek.com. But let's play a couple of lines. So forth. Okay, so let's at least do this first line here. We've got two flats in the key signature, B flat and E flat. Let me remind you, if you have trouble reading music at all, you need to do my Sight Reading Bootcamp series on ShawnCheek.com first to give you a good foundation of how to read music notes. I'm going to assume that you can kind of read music already, okay, by doing this piece. So just want to let you know that. All right, B flat and E flat will automatically be flat every time we have those two letters, B flat or E flat. Automatic. Where adagio, this is where the problem comes in, because it's so slow, people usually have trouble on their counting. Let me give you a little hint on the counting. If you'll subdivide and count 16th notes, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over and over, instead of trying to count quarter notes, because that's typically what we do, right, is we count quarter notes. Though when you have something really slow, we can get lost in the counts doing that. At least I do. So if we count 16th notes, and so what I mean by that is 1, 2, 3, 4, because these are eighth notes, right? The left hand has eighth notes. It's our steady conductor. The left hand is. But if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, that'll help us keep our counts if we just keep those 16th notes in our mind, because this is so slow. Okay. So you'll see what I'm talking about when we get into it. But let's start with the left hand. We have octaves. We start off with a G octave here on the left hand. So low G. Here's middle C. Here's the next C. This is the G we want. The G on the pinky. G. And then I'm going to move up to A octave. Then I'm going to move up to B flat octave. It's a flat because of the key signature, right? So B is automatically flat. Then I'm going to move up again to C. Up again to D. Up again to E flat. Then back down to D. Back down to C. Okay, so on the left hand. Now let's look at the right hand. I like to take one measure at a time. Left hand, right hand, put it together, get it pretty good, then go to the next measure. And then try to tie the two together. So let's look at the right hand. We start off with a bass clef. Notice that. So we did bass clef, not treble clef. Why I do that? Because the notes are so low, it'd be easier to read it in a bass clef than it would a treble clef. So it's a G note, and then another G. We're below middle C here, two Gs, and then we go to F and D on the top, a sixth. Okay, now we have two voices going on. We have the up stems and the bottom stems, so that's why it's written this way. Now, if we put our hands together, a little trick I like to use is just put little vertical lines. Nothing wrong with this at all, even if you're advanced, to help you out. But see when the hands play together. So let's play this first measure, okay? Ready, and go. And okay? No big deal there. So there's the first measure. Now, one more time. let's go to the second measure. And we'll try this one now. Let's look at the left hand. We start on a B flat on that first octave. And then we're going to skip up to D. We're going to skip up to F. We're going to go down to E flat. Then down to D. Then down to C. Down to B natural. Okay, that's a natural right there. Not flat. And then down to G. Okay, so bum, 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 bum. Now if we look at the right hand, up here we have B flat and D together. Okay, now look at these voices. The left hand, the bottom note with the down stem holds while the top one changes to a C. And then the C holds while the bottom the bottom voice goes to A and G. And then they play together right there. And then this hand holds while this one changes to G. And then this G holds while the top voice changes on the top. Okay, so this is one of the difficult parts of playing this kind of music. But you play together, and then B flat and C are played together, and then A, G, and then you play this together. You hold the F on the top while the G changes, and then E flat, B. Okay, so bum, 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 bum. Okay, then we'll put our vertical lines in to help us see where the hands play together and where they don't. Okay, sometimes the right hand's in the gap. See the gap there? The right hand's in the gap. Right hand's in the gap right there with those 2 16th notes. But let's try this second measure. Okay, ready and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's do it again. Go. Let's look at the third measure now. Let me check my time because I don't want to go over 10 minutes on the first video. I've got to move it along here. Looking at the left hand. Then once we get on the website, we can make them as long as we want. But C, B flat, A, G, F sharp. Okay, so C, B flat, A, G, F sharp. Then we're going to go down to low D right there. So really low on the piano. And then up to G. Down to F natural. This is a natural F. This one was sharped over here. This one's F natural. Okay, so now let's look at the right hand. The G is going to be tied, so we're not going to play the G again. We're just going to keep holding it, but we are going to play the E flat on the top, and then we're going to play C below that for that bottom voice. And then while we're holding the C, the top note is going to change from E flat to D. So you hold. And then while you're holding the D, the bottom voice is going to change to B flat A. So I'm going to play that G first and then play the rest of this. So G, and then we go B flat, C. I'm going too fast. Let me do it again. 1, bum, 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 3. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That helps me keep track of my counts. Now, what will also help you is if you just play both hands together. The left hand has steady eighth notes, you know, so as long as you play those two hands at the same time, you'll be fine. If you line them up right, you know. So let's try it here. So right that third measure, the G's tied, so 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have that. Now, after you get all three measures, let's see, we'll have to finish it on the website. I don't want to go over 10 minutes. So I'll see you guys on the website. We'll finish the whole piece. Look forward to it on ShawnCheek.com.